The Resist program is a modular adaptive system. It's seminar-based. We show up and we teach a group whatever skill sets are necessary to help people overcome that one obstacle. We bring it all together for that one seminar.
We went to Egypt and we trained some folks out there that had a specific need.
Fighting spirit is very important in Krav Maga. If you're shot, if you're slashed, you're bleeding, you're barely conscious, you are fighting. You never stop fighting.
People fear violence. They fear violent acts. Through the Resist program, we're going to help them understand what that violence means so that they can overcome that fear.
Living here in Cairo, there's a lot of different things that could happen to us. There's a lot of different situations we could be in.
So this is an area that is known for violent political protests. Take a look over there.
I sincerely wake up in the mornings and I thank God that my family is still alive.
You never know what'll happen. It's always good to be prepared in advance instead of wishing you were after something bad had happened.
This is helpful stuff to know that if I'm ever out on the street, or particularly if I'm ever with the girls that are here walking around and anything happens, we're just prepared.
The amount of traveling I'm doing and being on my own, I feel like it's something really useful to have, especially as a woman, to be able to know, these basic techniques to be able to get out of situations.
I'm learning so much that's really useful. I work in an area of the world where there's a lot of guys around all the time. I don't always feel safe walking down the street by myself.
For me, my wife's here also. We're both here. She gets catcalled quite a bit as she walks down the road. And just that assurance for her, more than anything, of knowing that if anything happened, she could take care of herself.
With 25 million people, you're going to have issues with some people, and there's going to be some problems from time to time. So I feel like just knowing how to handle your body and handle situations, and just having that confidence and a little bit of training and technique goes a long way, and making people feel safer as they walk around a big city like Cairo.
I feel so much safer learning these techniques. I hope that in the moment, if something happens, that I'll have them readily available because I've been trained.
They potentially could face abduction situations. It's part of their life. It's their reality.
I was in line to get a visa and there was no line. It was just a mob of people up at the visa window. We were all squished together like this. And a guy behind me put his hand on my hip or on my groin area. But I just didn't know what to do at that point, that I didn't want to cause a big scene.
We're trying to follow in Emi's example. Emi's the creator of Krav Maga. Philosophically, he believed that people should be able to defend themselves. It's not just this hard crust on the outside and the gooey, helpless center of civilians. Everyone should know how to defend themselves and be able to defend their neighbors.
These people got a lot out of the course, and we got as much too because we were able to have a lot of fun with these folks.
I found Scott and Molotov to be really helpful. I appreciated them walking around the room and giving personal instruction.
They definitely know what they're doing. They're passionate about what they do.
I really identified with their keeping it lighthearted.
Because you'll notice he's now 10 feet away from me, and I'm just throwing at nothing. I'll never give.
So when you're doing it, it can seem really intense or really gruesome, but when they make jokes and stuff, it makes it easier to go through the learning. Less classroom-like, just more fun.
I don't think I ever thought, hey man, is it time to get out of here? It's really fun the whole time through.
They're great for beginners like us that are just figuring it out and learning and going with it. Phenomenal leadership, fun guys to be around.
I like to teach. I've never taught this kind of subject, but what I can say is that they are excellent. There's never been a time for the last 3 days where I've strayed away or my mind's wandered. I've always felt engaged, and it's because of their teaching styles.
This is a learning environment, and for me personally, when I'm having fun, I learn a lot better than I do if it's really too much discipline.
We give them the drills, we give them the techniques so that they can continue to train and hone those skills after we're gone, because these skills are perishable.
It seems to be very practical, and so Molotov and Scott have both recommended that the things that we're learning, just to practice those on our own.
I would totally recommend TKM to groups around the world, foreigners that live in unfamiliar settings, just as a useful tool to have to draw upon in unfamiliar settings.
We teach a lot of techniques, but more than anything we foster in people a fighting spirit, that they should be able to resist no matter what. As long as there is breath in your lungs, you are fighting. As long as there's breath in your lungs, you are resisting.